Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to talk about what is your imagination. And today I'll be referring directly to the Neville Goddard's book of that is Awakened Imagination, and it's the chapter 1. And as you guys have been asking me a lot of questions lately, so I was trying to find the perfect answers to those questions. So I figured out that there are some steps, or say there is a sequence through which I can answer all your doubts and questions, and I have made this video in that sequence. So watch this video to the end and let me answer all your doubts and questions regarding your manifestation. So, we have been talking a lot about visualization, about imagination, but I haven't explained, or not does anyone has explained exactly what is imagination. And to be honest, there is no specific definition or concrete answer to this question, that what is imagination. But according to Neville Goddard, certain words in the course of long use gather so many strange connotations that they almost cease to mean anything at all. Such a word is called imagination. You can say that this is the definition given by Neville Goddard of imagination. He says that this word is made to serve all manner of ideas, some of them directly opposed to another, like fancy, thought, hallucination, suspicion. Indeed, so wide is its use and so varied is its meaning. The word imagination has no status nor fixed significance. So, imagination is like, he has given here an example saying that when we repeat a word constantly, it literally ceases to mean anything at all. You can try this. When you use a word so regularly, it ceases to mean anything at all. It becomes your reality. For example, you have a thought, like you have a thought that you're a kid, or you are a school going children, or you are an adult, or you are a college going teenage, whatever who you are. You have a regular activity, that is getting up, getting yourself dressed, taking a bath, taking doing brush, whatever it is. So you repeat those activities so constantly, so regularly, that they have become your reality. So whenever you wake up in the morning, you assume that you have to go to the college, and that is what you do. So you have repeated those acts so sincerely, so constantly, that they cease to mean anything at all. So you say, yeah, that's my reality. And that's how your manifestations become your reality. Because the first thing, whatever in your manifestation is, that is, you have to assume and act like that. When you act like that, it becomes your reality eventually. So now, the next thing, after I have explained the imagination, the next thing is that most people do ask to me as well is how to handle your state of wish fulfilled when your reality hits you. What to do when you are no more visualizing and you are living in your reality, and you're just questioning your manifestation, you're just questioning yourself, like, why am I doing this? Why the things that I want are not happening to me? How far is my manifestation from me? What should I do in order to get my manifestation? When will it come to me? The things like that and questions like that, which literally floods your mind so much that you can't even think about anything else, and only sadness. And how can you literally pull yourself up and be in an alignment with your manifestation again? So what can you do when reality hits you? What should you do when life hits you, when life happens? So here I have the book of Neville Goddard, which I am referring to, and because sometimes you cannot find the right words to guide other people, so I took the book directly, and I'll be sharing some of the readings with you guys of Neville Goddard. So here he says, as I have marked it down, the question, he says, would Would imagination be sufficient of itself to incarnate these desires? Does imagination comprehend reason? By reason, I mean deductions from the observation of the senses. Here he is referring like our five senses, like what we feel, what we see, what we do regularly, what are we doing right now. It's literally giving us senses that it's our reality. How can we literally withdraw ourselves from that reality and be in alignment with our manifestations? So does it recognize the external world of facts? In the practical way of everyday life, is imagination a complete guide to behavior? Suppose I am capable of acting with continuous imagination, that is, suppose I am capable of sustaining the feeling of wish fulfilled. Will my assumption harden into fact? So, here Neville Goddard has given us a question that if I am able to sustain the feeling of wish fulfilled, if I am able to live in the state of dream realized, then will it harden into the fact or will it not happen? Like, how would it turn out? So, and he says, where was I? Uh-huh. And if it does harden into fact, shall I, on reflection, find that my actions through the period of incubation have been reasonable? Like the way I had acted, the way I had acted while my manifestations were not true, but I was living in the state of wish fulfilled. What should I reflect on the facts that the whole time when I was trying to manifest something, what were my actions? Were they reasonable enough? Is my imagination a power sufficient not merely to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, but is it also of itself capable of incarnating the idea? After assuming that I am already what I want to be, must I continually guide myself by reasonable ideas and actions in order to bring about the fulfillment of my assumption? So these are the questions which Neville has given us. Like, all these questions are very relevant to us because while manifesting, we go through all these questions. We have different emotions that goes on in our mind. We feel different emotions, different feelings. Sometimes we even feel a lot of sadness. Like, we question it. Not sometimes. It most of the time we feel sad that why our manifestation is so far away and why is it taking so long? Why I am waiting so much? And sometimes we cry, sometimes we feel so disheartened. We tell ourselves like, whatever it is, I am not going to give my another effort to it. I will just give it up and I will not focus on it. But these questions, the questions that Neville has given us here, if we overcome this, take him, everything, whatever we have to want, we have to change our inner world. Okay, so Neville is telling us these questions are the emotions that you will go through, and this is what is the main part of your manifestation. You don't have to do any physical exercises or something physical manifestation or physical achievement in order to manifest the thing that you want. You have to fight with your thoughts in order to have your manifestation. How can you fight with your thoughts? You have to win in your mind. You have to win in your mind. There is no other way. You cannot ignore the reality, you cannot avoid the reality, but the only thing that you can do is win in your thoughts. How? So, Neville has given us the answer to these questions, and it goes here. Experience has convinced me that an assumption, though false, even if the assumption that you're trying to assume is false, if persisted, if you persisted continuously, sincerely, it will harden into fact. That continuous imagination is sufficient for all things. And all my reasonable plans and actions will never make up for my lack of continuous imagination. So he says, whatever you are trying to imagine, even if you are assuming something which is not true, which is false on your behalf. But if persisted regularly, if persisted sincerely, continuously, and you follow that religiously, it will harden into a reality. It will harden into a fact. The only things that you have to face are those hurdles when you don't actually have it. You have to show the universe that whatever you want, and after getting it you will feel satisfaction. So you have to show the universe first that yes, you are satisfied, as if it is done already. That is what you have to do in that moment. Even if you feel sad, then you have literally fallen out of your alignment with your manifestation. If you feel sad, that means you are out of your imaginative state. That feeling, that frequency, you are not in alignment. You have to go back into it. And you can do the only way possible for it, for doing it, is immersing yourself again. Just steady your thoughts at that time. Just steady your thoughts, like anchor your thought on saying slowly, consciously, like, I have the thing I desire. Whatever it is, money, fame, or your partner, whatever it is, just steady your thoughts on it. That's what Neville is talking about. And regarding your external reality, he has given us the another answer, and that goes, he says, the imaginative man does not deny the reality of the sensuous outer world of becoming, but he knows that it is the inner world of continuous imagination that is the force by which the sensuous or outer world of becoming is brought to pass. He sees the outer world and all its happening as projections of the inner world of imagination. So, whatever is happening in your life right now, whatever is your reality, this is the result of your previous assumptions, your previous inner beliefs, your previous visualizations. That is why you are standing in that situation right now. So you cannot ignore that reality. You can just build your faith on law of assumption again by telling yourself that yes, these are the things that I believed in, these are the things that I used to think about constantly, and this is what my reality has become. So now, if I'll focus on my manifestation again, on my assumptions again, and I change my assumptions and beliefs, so my future will be changed. So I can literally shift my future to the parallel thing that I want actually. And that you can do it by consciously changing your beliefs, consciously changing your thoughts, consciously changing your assumptions, even though if your assumptions are false. At the beginning, it may sound like you are lying to yourself, but when you start repeating those words, when you start repeating those visualizations, you will end up getting those visualizations as your reality. So, the last thing is today the questions that you guys have asked me, and the question is, so this question is asked by some user, and she says, but what about the sadness when waiting for the manifestation? I have been waiting week after week for communication, and the anxiety gets worse. So I will thank the universe, and that will help to let go. I'm guessing I like to manifest a call from someone, family. So, this is the question, or say a query about manifestation of a girl, maybe who is waiting for a call of somebody from her family, and she's waiting for weeks and she's not getting her manifestation, and that is making her sad. And what should she do? So let me just put it here on the paper so it's easy for you to understand. Suppose you are this person, okay, and this is your imagination, and this is your feeling, imagination, whatever you can call this. And right now you are living in a reality where you don't have that call, okay, you haven't got that call and you are waiting for it and you are feeling sad, you are feeling unhappy, you are feeling unsatisfied, and you are feeling whatever it is, you're feeling these emotions where you don't have, and this is your reality. But you have parallel realities in the future which you can choose. Suppose this is the reality where you will not get the call again, okay? You will not get the call and you will feel again these emotions. What are these? Sadness. Let me write it here. You will feel sadness, you will feel unhappy, you will feel unsatisfied, and these are the things you will feel once again when you will not get the call, okay? The other reality is where you can get the call, okay? So if you will get the call, how will you feel, okay? You will feel excited, you will feel happy, you will feel satisfied, okay? And the other reality is that you will give up on it, okay? So giving up will feel again like when I give up on something, it literally, I connect it with my worth. So I don't feel worthy, okay? I feel loser. I feel like a loser when I have given up on something in the past. I feel like a loser, or anything like sadness again, okay? You have given it up, okay? You have give it up. And the last reality could be anything like you end up not, you don't have the real want. Your want is something else. You desire something else, but you are literally wanting this out of some other external factor that you don't believe in so solidly. So these are the four realities that you can have, okay? Your want and desire is not clear in this reality, okay? You want it because you don't actually want it, you want it because some other person wants it. So that is why it's not happening for you in this moment. So these are the four realities. This is reality number 1, this is reality number 2, this is reality number 3, this is reality number 4, and these are all in future, okay? These are all in future. So now it's up to you. You can choose any reality, but the only thing that you have to take care of is the key to these realities, your future realities, is these emotions, okay? These are the emotions you have to focus upon, okay, in order to, plug in or say get into these realities. So what have to you do? What you have to do is, if you want any reality to happen, you just have to feel those emotions. You want a call, you have to feel these emotions. The only way you can plug in this reality is these emotions. The more these emotions you will feel, the more signals you'll be sending to the universe and to your brain that you already have it. And you'll start acting like it, like as if you have it right now. So the only things you have to take care of is your emotions while manifestation. So if you are sad, okay, if you are sad, if you are unhappy, if you are unsatisfied, it's just matching literally with the reality number 1, which is sad, unhappy, and unsatisfied. So in the future, you will be plugging in into this. So you don't want to plug in it, so don't plug in it. But for that to happen, you have to feel these emotions, that is excitement, happiness, and satisfaction. So what you have to do, you have to change yourself. You can literally feel like, you can literally plug in by being excited, being happy, being satisfied. You can think about your manifestations as if it is done for you in this moment. And that is how you will be satisfied. You will be living in that frequency. So you will be getting it. That is what manifestation is about. You can plug in it in any reality you can plug in. The only things you have to focus is on the emotions. So be careful. Whenever you are feeling sad and unhappy, it's natural. I won't say it's not natural. It's natural for us to fall out of our alignment. But it's very important and significant what we do at that time. Do we spend hours and hours of living in that state, or do we do something, or do we change something in us, or shift something in us where we feel like, no, these are the emotions, so I must focus on them. And you literally do whatever you have your manifestation routine. Like if you have affirmations, you tell yourself, okay, you just steady your thoughts, sit back and close your eyes and tell yourself, oh, this is the thing, okay, I have it already. Slowly, consciously, while these thoughts and these affirmations seep deep down into your brain. And you should repeat those words and repeat those sentences until and unless you again start to feel satisfied. That is what you are supposed to do in order to get your manifestation. If your anxiety, if your sadness is rising and you're not doing anything about it, then you will not get your manifestation. It will be delayed. Okay? Manifestations will come to you when you are completely ready, and you can just send the signal out to the universe that you are completely ready by feeling those emotions what you will feel once you will have your manifestation in your hands. That is what we are talking about. And I hope I have answered your question, whosoever you are. And this is the most frequent question that people ask me, or my users ask me. So I hope I have satisfied you with my answer. And even if there are some other questions you can ask me, you can ask me more questions on manifestation. I can literally answer those questions for you. And if you have any specific manifestation that you want but you don't know how to get started on, and if it is different from our other manifestations, I would love to answer that for you. And keep watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.